Hi everyone. Today was a pretty good day for the stock market. I don't want to waste too much time because really psychoanalyzing today's action is pretty pointless. The New York Stock Exchange continued its way higher, up 0.15%. As you can see down here in the middle, the TSV line looks bullish. MAC looks like that it wants to start moving higher again. That white line will have to round out. But overall, that looks good with money stream hitting new highs. So even though we don't have volume, we can look to our technical indicators to see how healthy we are. Right now, it looks like that we're pretty solid on the New York Stock Exchange. Dow Jones Industrial Average, same thing. You can see the TSV line moving up. The MACD line isn't as bullish, but it's trying to flatten out. If it can get it back above the moving average and then turn itself higher, that would be good. But overall, it looks healthy. Consolidation sideways, actually, price action would be better. But as long as we could keep drifting higher, I'll be fine with it. You can see the SP 500 MACD is actually confirming TSV. We're drifting higher, and all of our NYSE stocks continue to work and hold up great even when they don't move higher. We're basically fully long here, so everything looks good. The Russell 2000, we're still under a sell mode, and as you can see, the weakness in that index. MACD is bullish and TSV is bullish, so I don't think that that's too good. If the index can't start moving higher and these start to get a little bit overbought, we could roll over. But overall, we're nowhere near overbought on anything, so we can still move higher. The NASDAQ was down 0.13% today. Pullback was good overall, as volume was well below average. MACD is starting to get up near the top of its range, but still nowhere near a top, so we can easily see further price gains. So everything looks okay. I had no new longs, no new sells. Before I go into anything, let's go ahead and review this. No new shorts, excuse me. Let's go ahead and review the sells. The speculative stocks just simply aren't working. We had EONC fail. It continues to fail. We got out before a big drubbing on Friday, which is really good sign. So EONC was our first failure with the nice charts to happen. We also got a signal in CMGE. We sold half of it this morning, and actually that turned out pretty well because once again we got a pretty good fill on it to prevent a bigger loss than what we thought. However, there was no comeback, and with the close below the 1921 area, it is a full sell. So once again, another hottie that's failed, but it isn't done yet. It could still move sideways here, build out, and if it keeps that max green bop, we'll revisit CMGE. So it's not totally done yet, but that is a 50% or a 100% sell now. Also, ISR, it held up, another big intraday reversal today, so it still looks good. The problem is that after the first day pullback, everything's fine. I'm not too worried. BOP did decrease, so that was a little bit of a problem. But let's go ahead and go to the, my F4. But you can still see it was above the 5, 10, and 20-day moving average. After the second day, it's now below the 20-day moving average, but still above the 5 and 10. And since the 5 and 10 were below the 20-day moving average, I don't use it as a sell signal. However, now that it's below that 20, if it closes below the 5 and 10, we got to go. And ISR is doing that. ISR now is closing below the 5, 10, and 20-day moving average. Volume's lower, so that mitigates some of the sell. And it closed at 227, puts it above 223 and 219. Therefore, this is only going to be a 50% sell. If you want to do 75, do 100%, go for it. But I'm still going to give it a little bit of a chance. The pattern still looks good. While BOP isn't as great, MACD TSV is rolling over. I will give it one more day, even though technically I probably shouldn't. But this isn't even a full 2% position because of the limited capital that I had being fully long in NYSE stocks going into these speculative signals. And with that, AT&M, this one started out the day brilliantly, breaking out on very large volume. But the very next candle on the 1-minute chart reversed that breakout on slightly above average volume. And throughout the day, some block sells knocked it below where it opened. So while we got a great gap up open and a great intraday move, we finished very poorly with the biggest volume yet that we've seen since the uptrend started in the stock back in August. That's a bearish reversal for me. However, since we're not below even the 5-day moving average, and because the chart still technically looks good, I'll give it, another few days to prove itself. However, if AT&M closes below 1152 on heavier volume or below 1127, I'll be completely out. The huge intraday reversal on the huge volume isn't going to make this a 50% sell. This is a 75% sell. If volume wasn't so huge, I wouldn't want to sell 75%. But it looks like it's going to be a significant reversal. You can see that we had another one back in April, so not good overall. And then the final sell is FAZ. It's closing below the April lows, still above the March ultimate lows, so it needs to close below the 1860 whatever level it is to be a full sell. But that's it. The only stocks that were interesting to me tonight was LG&D. Pocket pivot point signal off the 50-day moving average. That's still deep within its cut base. So I'm not that interested, and there's no accumulation on this right side. Another problem for me. And then ENLK is one that I'm watching. Not super interested in this one yet, but it is on watch. And PFIE, we watched for a breakout today. And that continued after being up 8% whenever I first noticed it, finishing 10%, but just too thin for me still. If you guys like to play runners intraday, you might want to keep an eye on this. The only runner I watched intraday was GIGA. By the time it broke out, it was around the 282 level. Was able to spike up to about 310 before pulling back, but didn't close strong. Overall, not a great day for intraday signals. Not much to do today. All right, everyone. I'll see you on Tuesday. Thank you.